I refused to throw a baby shower party, but my family threw one without me anyway.
Sounded like you really needed a shower.
It must have stunk over there. Am I the a-hole for going no contact with my family and my husband's family because they had my baby shower without me? I'm posting because I'm curious what other people's reactions would be if they were in my situation. It also seems like I'm the odd one out since people think I'm crazy or rude or awful. Insert whatever bad name possible. By the way, this comes from user lowphrase6685 on the r/okstorytime subreddit. So, this situation happened right at the height of COVID in August of 2020. I don't want to make this a long post, but I do think all the information listed below is relevant to the story. And we have some bullet points. Let's get into it.
I love bullet points.
My husband worked in a hospital with active COVID patients. All of my in-laws were high risk for contracting COVID. At the time, pregnancy didn't make you high risk. We were still learning about the disease. Now, I believe it does. I'm not sure. If I were to have a baby shower, it would be towards the end of my pregnancy because that's when I would feel comfortable that the likelihood of a miscarriage is lower. Now, on to the story. COVID was pretty rough on all of us. At the time, I had a 3-year-old and I was pregnant with really, really bad nausea, as well as aches and pains that seemed to never end. The nausea didn't even go away with medications. I did my best to stop it and just continued life as normal as possible, even though we were stuck inside and all of our activities were no longer happening. My husband, as I mentioned, worked in a hospital and he dealt with COVID patients. Because of this, we were extremely careful. When he came home, he would remove his clothes and shoes and put them in garbage bags. He would immediately put them in the washing machine, bathe in our downstairs bathroom, and then would come up to see us.
Okay, so he was super extra careful.
I mean, yeah, he was. I feel like working in a healthcare setting, it's like you're gonna know how to be careful too.
Mm-hmm.
We would sanitize and wear masks when necessary. Basically, we followed protocols that were told to us at the time. My in-laws, however, had different plans, which they are entitled to. They didn't quarantine, they didn't socially distance, they shared masks, and had large gatherings at their house. One of which was a wedding in their backyard. I didn't want to go, but my husband convinced me. We wore masks, socially distanced, and didn't go inside the house. I will admit I was angry because I was told everyone would be wearing masks except the bride and groom, but no one did. I maintained my distance and told myself I'm not doing that again. It was very obvious that I was trying to stay safe, my husband included. It was very hard to keep a 3-year-old away from the people he loved. And I sincerely was doing it for their benefit, knowing that we were the ones who could contract it, since my husband worked in healthcare and could give it to his family. One of my sister-in-laws kept telling me that she would see us in a few weeks. I was confused at first, but didn't think much of it because I was too nauseous and tired and dealing with my toddler to try to decipher what that meant.
Got it.
Very understandable.
Yeah.
When it came closer to the date, I had a feeling that she was throwing me a baby shower. However, I'm not a baby shower type of girl. I don't mind if other people have them. I just don't like them for myself.
I have a friend that's not a birthday kind of guy friend. I was like, hey, what are you doing for your birthday? I want to come, blah, blah, blah.
I feel like it's pretty common. I was like that for a long time. I'm just now starting to come out of that.
Yeah, he is. He invited me to his birthday. Actually, I invited myself to his birthday thing.
Well, I'm glad that you did.
Me too.
I had a baby shower for my first kid, and I told my mom and sister-in-law explicitly that I am only doing this for you all, and because it's the first grandchild on both sides. They knew this before my first baby shower, and they definitely knew this while planning this one. My husband has since told me that he told them I wouldn't like it. Because of this feeling, I texted my sister-in-law a few days before the date she told me, and I asked if she was having a baby shower for me. She said yes.
Ooh.
Isn't that great when people plan things you explicitly don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah. I told her that I'm not going to be able to attend. I have very bad nausea, as I have been having, especially lately, and I'm tired. And more importantly, it would be irresponsible of me to have her put something together like this, given the circumstances. We were literally a town that had just become red, which meant the numbers were going up pretty severely, and they were warning us to remain 6 feet and whatever else advisory.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they were in the red. I also told her that it's a really nice and thoughtful gesture, but I wouldn't be able to morally live with myself if we convened and someone got severely sick just because I wanted to party, which again, I didn't and would never, as I'm extremely introverted. She said okay, and I thought it was done. I get a call the next day from my friend saying that my sister-in-law called her to say I'm not coming to my baby shower and that I, my friend, probably don't want to go since I wouldn't be there. The friend was super cautious and still is, and was only going to my baby shower to make me happy. She literally felt like she was risking her life. My sister-in-law told her safety precautions were going to be in place and that it would be outside, so she agreed. She called me surprised because she thought it was a surprise for me. But then my sister-in-law called and told her that I knew and that I wasn't coming.
Ooh.
What is going on there? How do you throw a baby shower when the mom is not there?
Yeah, they're just it's yeah.
It's like they were trying to surprise her. They like booked like a really expensive like musical artist. So they're like, we're still doing it.
Doja's there.
We already paid Kesha $100,000 for your baby shower.
You have to come.
So I told my friend, I would never do this. And especially during a time like this, especially knowing who my family is. Unfortunately, literally no one in my family is healthy. High blood pressure, cancer, high cholesterol, health issues, asthma, severe allergies, fragile bones, arthritis, just to name a few conditions. And this is just off the top of my head with the in-laws and my mom's side of the family. My friend and I hung up and I thought nothing of it. It's done. No harm, no foul, right? I literally thought she was making her calls to whoever she invited. Till this day, I don't know who, and I just thought it was over. Wrong.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It continues.
It rolls. The next day, my older cousin texts me and tells me that since I didn't show up to the baby shower and I didn't want the homemade cupcakes, she would take them back home with her. I said, "What? You were invited? It's happening? How?" I was shocked.
Since you didn't show up, I'm taking my homemade cupcakes for myself.
Well, you had the baby shower, but it's my baby.
Yeah.
Who was somebody cosplaying as me?
That would be pretty awkward. Like, okay.
I mean, I guess it could be cool. It's like, oh, y'all were all celebrating me, even though I wasn't there. That's kind of sweet. But I feel like they're not doing it for OP. I feel like they're doing it for themselves.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it's like it's not that sweet.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't believe that they had my baby shower, quote unquote, without me. I felt terrible because she is another one who literally had not left her house since March. She worked from home. Her kids were home from school. Her wife also worked from home. She had her groceries delivered. The works. Again, another person risking their lives to please me, but it wasn't for me, especially knowing that they had the entire event without me, didn't cancel anything, and didn't follow any supposed protocols. I was immediately angry, immediately hurt, shocked, whatever feeling, I likely had it, other than happiness. Oh, till this day, I'm still confused as to how anyone would think it's okay to have a baby shower when the mother isn't present. Yeah, that's like so common sense. Thankfully, I'm not sad or angry or hurt anymore, but it's definitely still insane to me.
It is pretty wacko.
Yeah, like what? I guess that family just loves baby showers.
And I would make more sense of it if it was like OP's first kid. But this is her second kid.
Yeah, it's like, we don't need to do this again.
Yeah.
And she's literally already explained her position of, I did this for the first kid so that the grandparents could have this experience so that, whatever, don't really feel a need to do it again. And
plus with everything happening in the world at that time.
Yeah, in the middle of COVID, at the height of the beginning of COVID. Yeah. We didn't really know anything about it. So it's like extra spooky. My husband immediately went into defending his family. Okay. My cousin told my mom and aunt that I wasn't happy about what was going on. They both called and tried to defend themselves. My mom in particular said, quote, "I wanted to celebrate my grandchild and you can't stop me from doing that."
Good, have your own celebration. Oh, sounds like you already did.
Well, I guess that makes sense a bit, but I don't know. It feels like purposefully excluding the mom is weird, where it's like, wouldn't you want to at least like have her there on a video call? Anything.
Yeah.
But it's like the mom is like, I don't want to do it. So I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't reach out that hard because they're like, well, she already said she doesn't want it. I don't know. This is a strange situation.
Yeah. What would you call that? Not baby shower. Grand baby shower. I'm having a baby shower for my grandchild.
Anyway. And you know what? She's right. I can't stop her from doing that, even though I think it's crazy. but do it at your own party with your own friends. Why make me aware of it at all? As though it was for me. That actually is that clarifies why it's weird. It's because if the grandparents wanted to celebrate the grandchild, they could have done it within their own unit, but it was like OP's friends that were like quarantining and isolating like during this moment went here being like, wait, where's OP?
Yeah.
Like that would make me like, what are we doing? Like what? It's like, what are you trying to flex that you don't care about like COVID? Like to my friends who care about it? That's weird.
Yeah. To my husband that works in this field.
Yeah. Anyways, I see this as a major betrayal. My mom and I have had a very tumultuous relationship. She's been physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually abusive. My aunt has defended her, and my other aunts and grandmother think that she can do no wrong. Oh, mom's the golden child. She's the one who told my sister-in-law to still have the party because according to my mom, quote, I would show up. But my sister-in-law knew I wouldn't because I told her. She told my friend I wasn't going to be there, meaning my sister-in-law also knew I wouldn't be there. I gave my reasoning about COVID being bad at the moment, plus my other ailments. None of those stipulations had changed from one day to the other. My in-laws were confused as to why I was angry. Like it was no big deal that the person who you're literally having the baby shower for isn't there. As though they didn't treat me like a surrogate before, here's more evidence. I blocked all of my in-laws. I also blocked my mom and my aunt and haven't spoken to them since. I wrote an email to my sister-in-law explaining why with a long laundry list of things that were pretty similar to this in the sense that they don't respect me, my boundaries, my generosity, or my willingness to always go above and beyond. And basically this is the amount of respect I get. Yeah, that's clear. I feel like it's not just this moment. It's all these other things that have happened and led up to this moment. That was like the end of the fuse where you said, I'm done with you people.
Yeah.
I don't need thank yous. I just need you to respect me and consider my feelings. But nope, it's just about what they want. And they wanted the party, so they partied without me. My brother, who I still speak to, called me a week after the event to update me on his life. He went to the party, but he didn't know where he was going. My mom told him to jump in the car and told him she was going to a party. My brother didn't ask any questions, which is very typical of him. As they were driving, she told him that it was my baby shower, and he immediately was surprised. He said that this wasn't for my sister because if you knew her, you'd know she wouldn't want this. My mom told him that I knew about it and nothing else. Yeah, W brother.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's like you don't know you're a kid.
Knows the sister so well. He's like, you're doing what? The thing she definitely doesn't want?
Yeah, she hates that.
Okay. He decided to stay because he was moving out of the country, and this was his last time seeing all of these people.
Nice.
At least for a long while. I still haven't seen him. So, yeah, it's been a long while.
Aw.
He said they wanted to take video to send to me, and every time they would pivot to him, he would ruin it, according to them, by saying, this isn't for OP. Again, this fact only further proves that they were aware and that they saw nothing wrong with what they were doing. After I blocked them, I've gotten many passive-aggressive things done to me. For example, when my son was born, my husband and kid and new baby all got gifts from one sister-in-law congratulating them. Not me, just them.
Oh, well.
That's targeted for sure.
Yeah.
Another sister-in-law delivered donuts and coffee for my husband and toddler with a card saying, for all your hard work, as though they did anything.
Yeah, they had to deal with you.
Yeah, good job being born, kid. I'm sure that was, you know what, low-key, that probably is some hard work.
What?
Being born?
Oh, yeah, dude. I almost didn't get born.
What do you mean? Did you get C-sectioned?
No.
I got C-sectioned.
Oh, okay. That
I was
checks
a
out.
big old baby.
Yeah.
I was too big.
That's a big head, dude.
I was a big old baby. He said, no, we got to cut this thing out.
Did you
I was
growing up?
10 pounds, 2 ounces, dude.
Dude, my brothers were like
Or 12
9 pounds, like 12 ounces.
Yeah, I think.
All three of them. I was young. I was the littlest. I was 8 pounds, 6 ounces.
And that's the littlest?
That's the littlest.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But no, I like had an umbilical cord around my neck. I wasn't breathing for the first 5 minutes. Apparently there was something in my mouth. They had to get it out. Yeah.
Oh,
I just didn't make it.
You were ready to snack from the first moment of existence.
Yeah, people were like, I was born ready. I was like, I was not.
You're like, I was born very confused.
I was born about to die.
During the delivery, they constantly called to see if the baby was born, but not to see how I was. So much so that my husband wasn't present with me. And I can't help but think that it was on purpose. After our baby was born, our doctor advised that no one see the baby for at least 3 months. So we complied. My husband would often FaceTime, and I would constantly hear, "Oh, he has dimples like me," meaning my sister-in-law, when I literally have 2. Any feature of mine that was very clearly mine, they would try and attribute it to themselves or some long-lost relative of theirs.
Ew.
Very, very weird.
Like, this is my baby.
Yeah, these people, inexplicably, I guess the in-laws,
So
and
the
then but your
sister-in-law,
own mom too is like, they got it out for you.
soon the sister-in-law is like, sign these papers, and you're like, these are adoption papers. Like, yeah, this is my baby.
Yeah, clearly, just look at it. It looks just like. Anyways, when both my kids look exactly like me, that's a pretty weird thing to say. Literally, their hair color, texture, the dimples, the face, the smile. I've been told that we look like twins by others, but of course, it's your uncle's kid's kid. Sure. Now, anytime anyone asks me why I'm not around, I get the dirty looks and the comments, the really infuriating comments of, "But they're your family," are the worst. But I just grin and bear it. Anyway, that's my story. Am I the a-hole? I don't think I am, especially given the context. But you can get all the context you need every weekday at 3 p.m. when you join us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok. All you got to do is tap our profile and you're in. We might even be live right now. But before you check on that, we're going to coalesce our thoughts here and finish this story. So I would say, with all the context, not the a-hole, but without all that, I would have thought it was pretty extreme to cut all those people off for having the baby shower without you, especially saying after you said that you didn't really care to have one. So it's like, it's kind of harmless at that point where it's like, well, if they just want to do that, I guess they're free to do it.
Yeah.
But it was also lame of them to invite your friends and not tell your friends that you weren't going to be there.
Yeah.
Because they just assumed you would pull through. And I think that goes back to the just lack of respect. Like they don't, they got no respect for you. So it makes perfect sense that you would cut those people off after everything else they had also done beforehand.
Yeah.
For sure. So
cut them off. Low contact.
The brother's great.
Brother's great.
You know?
But he's gone now, so.
And people can, I don't know. It just seems so systemic through the whole family. Like all the in-laws they don't respect your autonomy. And like, this is also a weird time. It's COVID time. Very weird time. But like, just, it does seem like there is quite a bit of like, just a complete lack of respect for you as an individual.
Yeah,
who
agreed.
can make their own decisions. And the baby stuff, not attributing the baby characteristics to you is weird. Not giving you a shout out on the thank you card is just weird. Yeah. So let's finish this story. Here's some questions before I ask. Oh boy, we got more bullet points.
Yay.
The baby shower was in a home, no venue to cancel or deposit to lose out on. Everything, to my knowledge, was refundable and was theirs already. My in-laws knew the rules as they were very on top of watching the news 24/7. My mom and aunt also work in another hospital. And although it's not patient care, they had to be constantly tested and followed the same procedures as the doctors, nurses, and medical staff. I didn't block anyone or go no contact solely because of this issue. It was merely the straw that broke the camel's back. God, I love having mind melds with OP. I love thinking the same thing as OP. It's just like a light switch went off and I realized the relationships no longer serve me, if they ever even did in the first place. I've been in therapy for about 5 years, twice a week, to get over my crappy childhood. And that is the end of that story.
Oh, he's doing a lot of work.
You're doing the hard work, OP. That's good.
You realize your family's taking advantage of you.
Oh, yeah.
And not even like giving you props for all the hard work you're doing.
Some of that, the therapy might have helped you
get
come
to this point.
Realization of like, oh wow, no, this is just not serving me whatsoever.
Wow, my family sucks.
Yeah, and I'm very glad that you've realized that and are moving forward without them in heavy contact with your family.
Yep.
That's great.
That's the end of that story.
That is the end of that story.